Welcome to Design with Impact, the podcast for interior designers who want to create beautiful, healthy spaces with intention and purpose. I'm Alex, interior designer, mom, entrepreneur, and educator, and I am truly passionate about sustainability. After seeing the amount of waste our industry creates and learning how everyday materials can impact our health, I completely changed the way I approach design. And now I want to help more designers do the same. Each week, through solo episodes and conversations with industry experts, we'll explore sustainable materials, healthier homes, and circular design, along with practical strategies to reduce waste, grow a sustainable business, and market your work with intention, so you can create real impact without sacrificing aesthetics or profitability. Because sustainability isn't optional, it's the future of design. Welcome back to another episode of Design with Impact. I'm your host, Alex Shield, and today we're speaking with Méghane Delorme. She is the co-founder of Fabrique Allwood, a Quebec-based furniture manufacturer dedicated to creating beautiful, long-lasting pieces through a zero-waste approach. With a background in interior design and more than a decade of experience running her business, Méghane has played a role in nearly every aspect of the company, from product design and R&D to marketing, sales, and operations. Her passion for sustainability and local craftsmanship has helped shape Fabrique Allwood into a leader in responsible furniture manufacturing. And today she's joining us to share how designers can make more sustainable sourcing decisions and why creating furniture built to last is one of the most powerful ways we can reduce waste in our industry. Bonjour, Méghane. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. I'd love to start with your journey. So you studied interior design. So how did you go from studying interior design to manufacturing furniture?
I know since I am very young that I want to study interior design. My mom was very into this. We did a big renovation project when I was young, and I think I love the design, the construction since that time. So right after my high school, I've been to Cégep Marie-Victorin, did the interior design technique. And after that, I work in small boutique, and I did another quick class in a construction management company. And after that, it came very fast. My friends from high school start to build their own furniture and decide to create the company. So it was natural for me to join them. So one of the boys quit for other projects, so I took his place. And I think with my interior design background, just starting to work with my friend and helping them with the design, but the customer service, the sales, it happened like that, and it was very natural.
Okay, so then your furniture company is very different from the majority of furniture companies out there. You guys do sustainable furniture, and you've really worked this in through every single step in your process. So what gap did you see in the furniture industry that inspired you to build a different kind of business?
So yeah, when we start moving from our parents' house, we were shopping for furniture, and there was a big gap between like having something quality made and very high hand and not accessible for a young person or just regular person. So this is why my friends start to build themselves the furniture to fabric some wood table, because there was nothing much at this time between like IKEA and high-end furniture. And even if it wasn't high-end, it was at a price that when you start moving from your parents, you can afford. So I think the gap was there, like between fast furniture industry and big surface with high price or too high-end furniture. Yeah.
So you were looking for good quality, handcrafted, but at a price point that the average person could afford, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And with an accessibility, not like having to go shop in a too fancy place also.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I feel like a lot of interior designers want to specify sustainable furniture, but it can be difficult to know what that actually means. So what does sustainable mean to you?
Yeah, it can be a lot of things, but I think the principle that it has to be local made. So I think it's the is easiest thing to know and to look for when you're interior design and you look for your client furniture for your project. If it's locally made, it's probably sustainable, it's responsible fabrication. So I think it's the first thing to look at.
So I toured your showroom and it's absolutely incredible. You showed me the showroom and the warehouse as well. And you guys are really dedicated to zero waste. This is really central to your business model. So can you walk us through what that looks like in your business?
Yeah, so there's different steps and different way we arrive to this. So first of all, it's the classification of all our raw materials. So all our offcuts, all our wood scraps, they have to be classified because if not, it's going to be a mess and it's very hard to find what we need. So we do that to first reuse everything that we can for other furniture that we've made. So for other small things or component that we are building for our furniture. So it's easy to go pick what we need. So this is the first step.
So when
We
you
have
say, sorry, so when you say classified, essentially you sort everything based on like what you're talking about your offcuts, right? You sort
yeah.
everything based on the size and then
So
you're
we
able to
know
okay.
if we have offcuts of one type of wood, walnut, for example, that
Okay.
has at least 20 inches, we know that we can reuse this for a small table, a coffee
Okay.
table.
Gotcha.
And even when we are designing our new models, we think first, can we maybe reuse offcuts we have
Mm.
from a big table? Because,
Okay.
when we do a big table that is 8 foot long, we will always need to buy bigger wood planks. So we always have offcuts. And sometimes we need to put away some plank that have too much variation in the wood or some default or nuts,
Mm.
but we can reuse them in smaller pieces and in some component that are not apparent or that we don't see when we look at the table right away. So I said the first step is the classification, but no, it's in the design. When
Okay.
we start to think about a new model or smaller piece of furniture, can we build this small table or this drawer with offcuts with the scraps? Maybe it can be stained so it won't appear if there's some default, or we have a lot of offcuts of 15-inch. What can we do with that? So the design is an important part. And yeah, for the classification, we have like 4 racks and with numbers. And we know that in these racks, it's like piece from 15 to 30 inch. And we mark down each end of plank of piece of wood. We write the wood type and the length of the plank. So it's very easy to know, oh, we have a bundle of this scrap that we can reuse for that type of legs or this small project. After we have larger racks with larger plank that we can pass in some tables that's gonna be stained. So maybe if there's some light part in the plank, we can reuse there. So the class help us reusing of cuts and scrap in our production. So after that, the next step is that we need to find person who can pick up the offcuts and scraps that we can't reuse inside the shop in the production, or because we have an overflow of cuts. So in the last year, we partner up with some schools, some artists who make small object in wood, some jewelry, some plank, cutting board. So we have a organized rotation with them. So some of them come every 2 weeks. Some of them call us each month. Okay, I need a bundle of piece of walnut. Do you have some? So we have area in the shop that it's dedicated to that. So we put this there, and they come. We alternate one school a week, another small shop another week. So those partnerships need also to be very organized, so
Mm.
doesn't impact the flow and the production. So this is in circular economy. We've worked with some organism that put us in contact with other place who need wood scrap, and not only wood. The steel can
Mm.
be pick up from some schools or little shop also. So
I
that's
love that. And I think even your tiny little pieces, right? They're made
Mhm.
into what is it? The bûche, like a log fire
Yeah.
starters. Is that what they
So
are?
at the
Or
end, so this is like the last steps. That this is why we are zero waste, because i- so we reuse what we can. We give some stuff in economy circular, and after that, what can't be give or reuse. In 2024, we changed all our dust system, and we decide to buy a crusher. So this crusher is a machine that all small offcuts or piece is thrown there, and with all the dust system, it goes in a big van behind the shop, and this it's dust of wood or small chips. It goes to Mirabuche. They do fire logs, compact fire logs with wood dust. So at the end, that's the last scraps that goes there. So we don't throw any of our woods. It's been
that's amazing.
recycled in many ways. Yeah.
That's amazing because I
Yeah.
think I think that not enough manufacturers are thinking of this. And
Mm.
you're right, it does start with the design and how can we minimize our waste. And then, okay, we have waste. What do we do with it? So, how did you how did you develop your zero waste process? Like, did you? I don't know. Were there any challenges along the way?
Yeah, of course, but maybe 4 to 5 years ago, the production was very high. So we were throwing all our offcuts in a container behind the shop, and we didn't know where this container goes. It was supposed to be reused or waste in a responsible way, but you never know. And we were paying to throw wood that can be reuse, or it's raw material with a value. A piece big like this of walnut, there's a value in that. So for us, it was heartbreaking seeing this goes away. So we we decide to have our own container with a pickup, and we were throwing our wood dust into that, and we were going by ourselves to Mirabuche with a trailer, dumping that there. It was a lot of time, a lot of energy while doing all the fabrication, the production. So this is why we stop and say, okay, what's the next step we can do to help us, because it it was a lot of time consuming, and how we can have a system that can be a little bit more automatic, not like us going by ourselves throwing our dust because
Mm.
we didn't want to throw it where we don't know where it goes. So
Hmm.
that's the starting point. So with different organisms who help us, and a lot of calls, we find
Yeah.
all the steps to go to zero waste.
It's definitely about building your network and your resources. So I'm finding this more and more in sustainable design. And the more people I speak to, it's really about knowing who to call when you have a problem so it's building that network. So, okay, if I
Yeah.
have this, I can give it to this person. If I have this, I can call this person.
Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. And
And
I know
this
it
is
takes time
how
to build that up.
we now have some people who come every week or every month, and it's well organized, and it's easy.
Yeah.
It has to be
Yeah.
easy to be efficient and to continue doing it.
Yeah. You and I ran into each other at the Index Design Show in Montreal a
Mhm.
couple weeks ago, and you said, "Oh, did you see that product over there?" I think was it handles? It was like kitchen
Yeah,
cabinet
it
handles.
handles are hooks that are
Okay,
made by Di Villamar, who's one
okay,
of our repreneurs. I call a repreneur an artist or somebody who come to pick some offcuts. So
Yeah.
she's now using almost only our offcuts to do our production of handles, hook. So
So
she
cool.
come or her dad come for her to pick
Okay.
every week some walnuts, cherry wood, or maple offcuts. So that's a nice
Wow.
story. And now we see
That's so cool.
all of our works in a lot of design shows and exposition with our offcut wood. So we're proud of that, and she's so lovely.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Hey, my friends, I have been working on something quietly behind the scenes, and I need your input. I am creating trainings and resources for interior designers who want to learn more about sustainability. And I want to know, what are your biggest pain points? What do you want to learn more about? What types of resources would actually support you in your projects and your business? If you could spare a few minutes to complete the survey, it would truly mean a lot to me. You can find the link in the show notes. I want to talk about shipping. So again, when we walked through your warehouse, you were showing me all the things and you showed me how you have everything ready for shipping, and then when it goes out the door, you guys don't wrap everything in plastic or styrofoam. Tell us.
As much as we can.
Yeah.
Actually, we start shipping a little bit more outside of Quebec. We
Okay.
are very happy with that, but it's harder to use reusable blanket for
Mm,
that part. But our local delivery are made almost every time with blanket. So the blue moving blanket, and we partner up with some shipping company, and they accept to use this system. That what that's very nice. So we use the shipping blanket, a little bit of wrap, the delivery are made, and they bring us back the blanket, so we have a rotation with the blanket. After, we also fabric furniture for other company, and they are also using this system. So for example, one of our client, we ship maybe 10 to 15 to 20 tables a month. So we also have specific bundle of blanket with them.
okay.
So we ship a bundle of table. They keep the blanket while they are doing their shipping, and
Okay.
maybe the month after they will bring us back
Okay.
the blanket.
That is
So
that is so
mm,
cool. And I mean, I don't know anybody else who's doing that. Maybe you do. But when you were looking for your shipping partners, is this something that they already offered, or you guys said, "Look, this is what we want to do. Are you willing
mhm.
to work with us like this?"
uh, no, I think it was new for them.
Okay.
So it's also a new way to work for us to ship with partner, because it's easier, and it allow us to go further in the city and in the province. But I think it was new for them. So
Mm,
it happens to, like, they need to be more careful than when it's in
okay.
boxes with a lot of foam and wraps. But they were willing to join us with that.
This just goes to show. So, for anybody listening, nothing is impossible because again, it's just about finding the right partners. I think I posted something
Yeah.
on Instagram recently about finding your people and finding
Yeah.
your partners, and it's just about asking, right? You
Mhm.
ask the question, "Hey, would you guys be willing to do this?" And they said yes. And I don't know if you had to go through several companies before somebody said yes, I don't know, but I think we just have to ask.
Yeah, we have to ask, and people are more willing than we think to adapt
Hmm.
their way to do it, and to be more responsible. You need to ask, and we were working like that with our own truck and other partners, so we can explain
Okay.
how it works. We have a little bit of this experience, so
Okay.
yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. So then you also work with reclaimed urban ash trees. Can you tell
Yeah.
us a bit about that?
Yes, so we thought about this idea in the beginning of the company, because we heard about the agril du frêne, so it's
So the emerald ash borer in
exactly.
English, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Think we have this problem in Montreal, and even more around Montreal, a lot of in Laval. Now it's in Quebec City,
Mm,
and everywhere in the province. So we just talk about that, and we knew it was the city use a little bit of this wood in the in parks or outside in some public project. So we were like, okay, can we use this wood in home furniture or
Mm,
commercial furniture? And it was used in some company, but not like a regular product. So it's pretty unusual to use ash in a regular collection. So we tried to build some tables with ash, and it was very beautiful. It's a particular wood. It can't goes in any design or area or space, but it's very solid. It has nice veneer. So I think it can't be more local than that. So trees are cut in the city, and we deliver the final furniture in the
in the
same
city.
area. So
That's so
it
cool.
it's very nice, and it's super cool to mention that my table is made from a tree from the city or from Quebec. So I think
Yeah.
it has I don't know how to say in English, but un sentiment d'appartenance that you
A sense
have
of belonging, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
because it's from the place you live, and you
Yeah.
can recycle a super nice tree, a material that has a lot of character
Yeah.
and a nice, yeah, pretty nice veneer. So
Yeah.
it's now in your house.
So, for those who don't know, for those who don't live in Montreal or in Quebec and haven't heard about the emerald ash borer, essentially it's this beetle that is killing the ash trees. So,
Hmm.
the beetle kills the ash tree. We have to cut the ash trees down because they're spreading and they're killing all of the ash trees. So, we're cutting the ash trees down. And then, it's really great that companies are finding a use for the wood. So, we're not just
Yeah,
wasting it. So
yeah,
then, yeah, and then you
and
have a
yeah, as I
local
said,
table
it's a
from your.
super solid wood. It's not because
Hmm.
the tree is thick that the wood is not good.
Yeah.
It's a super hard wood, almost as hard as oak. It's a clear modern wood, but it can look a little bit rustic sometimes, especially when it's ash from the city. It's not like a white ash from a production. So
Hmm.
it has more character. And yeah, so we decide to include this wood in our regular offer,
Yeah.
and we are very proud of that. We also decide to offer a black finish of this wood, so it can be a cover when it's not when there's too much color. So
Okay.
all our black lacquer furniture are made of ash, so
Okay.
it can be more local than.
Cool. Okay. So then, for designers who are trying to reduce their environmental impact,
Mhm.
how important is local sourcing compared to other sustainability factors?
I think it's the more important impact you can do by finding local furniture for your project, because you know that the material are from the area. You know that the worker are working in a place that
Sort of
is
better labor
good
standards.
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know it's gonna be quality. We are very good in Quebec and in Canada to build furniture. We have a lot of experience because we have a lot of trees and a lot of material to use. So I think yeah, I think it's the most important way to find sustainable furniture
Hmm.
is when it's when it's local. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're reducing your carbon footprint in terms of shipping,
Uh-huh.
and you're supporting your local economy as well. So
Yeah,
it's all good things.
exactly. Yeah, all good things, and even the after sales, it's easier if you have problem,
Yeah,
you
that's
will
true.
fix it. Like you don't need to bring back this you don't know where or throw it, and they will send you another one. There are solution that can be
So that's really interesting because it's true a lot of the time. So since COVID, for whatever reason, a lot of furniture arrives damaged from wherever
Mhm,
it's coming from.
mhm,
And you're right, it's not somebody who comes and fixes it or repairs it. They just tell you to throw it out and they'll send you another one.
mhm. Yeah.
So you're right, way better if you're shopping local and it's something they can just
Mhm.
fix for you.
Yeah, and we don't
Yeah.
want this. So, and we also, when it's handmade locally, we want you to keep your table or your furniture for a long time. And this is why we use almost only solid wood, because we know it's gonna last in time. We know in a couple of years, if you want to do a new finish on your table, it's possible because it's solid wood. So
Yeah.
that's the other most important thing. You need to know with what type of wood or what type of material your furniture is made. So it's gonna help you to know if it's gonna last in time or not.
Yeah, and how you can repair it. I love that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what does a circular economy look like in the furniture industry, and where do you see opportunities for designers to participate?
There's a lot of way to do circular economy. As we talk about, we do a lot of partnership with small designers, small artists that come and have our scraps. But there's also a way to work with other shops or other designer, because everybody have their own expertise. So we can do a specific component for another shops, or so everybody knows each other, and we need to work in team. And with designer, maybe try to work with what is in the home already, and try to match with something that is there. And we are doing a lot of that type of work by using what's in place to match a color on new furniture. So I think it's a way to help designer to reuse a little bit of what's their clients already have, and not always buying new stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, you touched on fast furniture very quickly at the
Hmm.
beginning. We hear a lot about fast fashion. I think that's in the
Hmm.
news a lot. Do you think
Hmm.
we're facing a similar fast furniture problem?
Yeah. Yeah, and even more since the economic problem with the United States, and there's a lot of things that come from China or well, anywhere. But yeah, there's a lot. There's some new companies in the last year that are very, very similar from fast fashion, but in fast furniture industry. So this is why I'm claiming to try to shop local and try to know what is made in your country, because there's some options that are not too expensive and that
Yeah.
are made to last. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're gonna pay a little bit more, but you have quality and you have something that you can keep for years and years, that you can share with the next generations. And so we are facing that, and that's why we try to offer quality furniture that is accessible.
And I find it hard because we're a very, we go online, we see something we like,
Mm-hmm.
we pay for it, and it arrives at our door, a
Yeah.
couple days later.
Yeah, it it can, but there's also some furniture company that you're gonna shop. It's very cheap, but it can be very long to have your order. Can
That's
be
true.
like 3-4 months, but it's not even made here. It's 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 coming in containers. So they wait to have a lot of orders to pack the containers, so you can wait sometimes maybe 1 or 2 months more than a furniture that is
Than a
locally
custom piece.
made. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So over 10 million tons of furniture waste end up in landfills every single year. And I think, we just have a consumption problem. We buy something that
Mm-hmm.
we like it for a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, and then we're like, okay, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But you mentioned price. And I mean, I think if you're looking at a quality piece like yours versus, a fast furniture piece, it's going to cost you the same in the end. Yours may even be cheaper
Yeah.
over time, right?
Yeah.
Because you're if you look at the price of a piece of furniture over decades, 20, 30
Mm-hmm.
years versus the price of a piece of furniture that's only going to last you a year or two or three,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to end up spending the same amount of time replacing it
Exactly.
all the time. So,
Exactly. And you can
um,
see it if you sometimes thrift furniture or look online
yeah.
when you are looking at old antique furniture, they are made with solid wood and they were handmade, and they're still nice and solid compared to fast furniture. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with our
Yeah.
type of furniture. In 20 years, it should be nice and
Still in
still
beautiful shape.
solid.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. No,
Yeah.
solid wood is going to last a long time.
Yeah. And I know
So,
it's style change, but you can adapt, I think, your design sometimes with a old piece or a newer piece that you know that is gonna stay nice and quality for a long time.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, if an interior designer listening today wanted to make one meaningful change in how they source furniture, where would you suggest they start?
I think they can start by having maybe a list of local company and look a little bit of their story and how they work, where they do their production, what type of material they use. And if you have this list, it's easy to shop or propose those company to your client. And I think local company want more and more to be accessible for designer. For example, we now offer all our models on the 3D warehouse from
Oh,
SketchUp.
in
So
SketchUp.
you can,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can ask local company if they have tools to help you do your work, and you have those lists of company, but local that you will be used to work with. It's gonna be easier
Mm.
to propose their offer and service in
Yeah.
your
So do a
project.
little bit of
Yeah.
research and find your
Mm-hmm.
suppliers, find the ones
Mm-hmm.
that are doing the good things, who share your values, and
Yeah.
then you have that list, and then like you said, you can propose that to your
Yeah.
client. So that's great.
Yeah. And don't
So,
hesitate to also call them or contact them to do a visit, because this is like you did, I think 1 or 2 years ago when you passed by the shop. I think this is the best way to really understand how it's made, and after that it's easier to explain to your client why you're gonna pay a little bit
yeah.
more, because you see the background of the thing.
Yeah. And you can't do that when you're ordering online from a big furniture company.
Mm.
So I love that about the small businesses is you can pick up the phone and call them, or you can email them. I email you, you answer me right away, you know?
Mm.
So what are you most excited about for the future of sustainable furniture manufacturing?
I think simply that it's growing right now, and it's going to grow again and again because people are more conscientious about the environment, and because of what happened with the United States, people want to consume local. So I think in the mind of the consumers, there's a step that have been passed, and now there's more company, and even older company, they are rebuilding their image and branding because they know people are looking to buy local. So yeah, I'm exciting about this change in the mind of the consumer. So they want
Yeah.
thing, not only furniture, but we see it in the furniture industry. People
Mm.
call, is it really made here? Is it really solid wood? Where's
I
your
love
wood
that
from? Yeah.
I love that people are calling you and asking you those questions.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that there are
And
people who are more conscious and
of
actually
course,
asking.
yeah. And
Wow.
they they come more and more to visit us, and they are happy to see who's in behind their furniture also. So it's
Yeah.
very nice to see that people change their mind and decide to invest a little bit more to
Yeah.
have something from here. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Fabrique Allwood's Pro program and how designers can work with you and your team.
Yeah, we have a trade program for our regular collection, so that you can look online. We also have this program for custom furniture. So in many ways we can work together. you can contact us by the website or just calling us. You can come and visit us on appointment. We're going to do a tour shop. We also have a free sample box, and we will explain each wood, what's their provenance, which wood is the best for different type of project. We also have some advantage for you or for your client. We do break and learn at the shop or at your office, and yeah, you have just a very nice close service for your project.
Okay, that's great. So thank you, Méghane, for joining us. I had such a great time chatting with you. Before we go, if our listeners are interested in connecting with you, where can they find you?
The best way is to go on the website, look around. We have page for all our eco initiative. We also have the boutique, and there's a contact form for designer. So send us an email or give us a call, and we can chat and we can help you with your project.
Perfect. And so the website is fabriqueallwood.ca, and I will link that in the show notes below. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you for the nice work you do. It's very important.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Before we wrap up, I wanted to let you know that Design with Impact will be taking a short break for the summer. I'm looking forward to slowing down a little, spending some quality time with my kids, and soaking up this precious season with my family. As entrepreneurs, it's not always easy to step away, but I truly believe that rest and the time with the people we love are so important. We will be back in September with more incredible guests, inspiring conversations, and practical ideas to help you create healthier, more sustainable interiors and grow a business that aligns with your values. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. I will still be sharing updates from the sustainable design industry, my favorite products and resources, and giving you a sneak peek at everything I have planned for the fall. You can find the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for being a part of this community and for listening to the podcast. I truly appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful summer, and I will see you back here in September. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love for you to follow the podcast, share this episode with another designer so we can make an even bigger impact, and leave a review so more designers can find this podcast and we can continue to grow this community. Also, I challenge you to take one sustainable practice from this episode and incorporate it in your business or your next project. And I want to know what it is. Send me a DM over on Instagram at designwithimpact_. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here.